Chapter 35. The Victory of Shiva. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Mudgal continued the narration. Even though the courageous warriors waged fierce battles with all their demonic prowess, victory eluded them. Witnessing this, baffled Prahlada became furious. He prepared his terrifying bow and picked up his arrows. He released torrent of arrows consecrated with the mantra of fire, Agni Astra, at the Deva's army. This resulted in a devastating fire akin to the fire of annihilation which spread everywhere. Prahlada, the chief of Asuras, inflicted burns on everyone. The Deva army suffered from scathing burns from all sides. As they burnt, the Devas lamented. They tried to escape the fire by fleeing the battlefield, abandoning the rulers of warfare. The inferno created by Prahlada continued to torch the Deva warriors who burnt along with the chariots. All the chief Daityas were overjoyed and praised Prahlada for his valor and admired his gallantry. Seeing the plight of the Devas, Indra consecrated the Mega Astra arrow with mantras and mounted it on his bow. Mega means cloud. Mega plus Astra is the celestial weapon which can summon clouds, rain, thunder, and obscure the light of the sun. The presiding deity is Indra, Lord of the Rains. Observing this, Prahlada attacked Indra with his sword and shattered his bow and with ease. Indra retaliated by angrily hurling his Vajra, thunderbolt, lightning at him. As a result of the impact, Prahlada fell to the ground. Seeing this, Mahishasura ran towards Indra and inflicted a powerful blow on his head with a mace. Indra fell on the battlefield unconscious. Blood spurted from his mouth. This made Agni Deva, god of fire, so furious that he set out to burn Mahishasura. Mahishasura instantly transformed himself into the form of water and drowned Agni. Agni Deva lost his luster and was worried. He sought help of Shakti to tackle Mahishasura. The Mahadaitya destroyed her with his sword and she collapsed onto the field. Mahishasura transformed himself into a bull and struck the glorious Agni Deva with his horns. Agni Deva fell on the battlefield unconscious. Then Yamadeva, god of death, came forth. He hit his staff on Mahishasura's head, a bull, and rendered the frightful Mahishasura unconscious. Then the valiant Virochana arrived and attacked the terrifying Yama with his sword at lightning speed. Injured by the sword, Yama collapsed. Varuna then came forward. He threw his rope and captured Virochana. Seeing this, Andak broke the noose of Varuna and released Virochana. He then killed Varuna with his mace. Varuna fell on the ground unconscious and Virochana stood up. Seeing this, Vayu and Kubera became furious. The valiant Vayu attacked the glorious Andaka, who fell on the ground wounded by his sword attack. At that instant, Sambara clubbed Vayu, who fell unconscious. Vayu, the supporter of life of all beings, himself had become unconscious. Virochana, having regained consciousness, hurled a rain of arrows on Kubera, the protector of wealth. The arrows were intense and hit Kubera's vital spot. The powerful Kubera collapsed on the battlefield. Just then the infuriated Vishnu got involved. He confronted Virochana, attacking him vehemently with his mace and injured him on the chest. Virochana was morbidly injured. Vishnu with his Sudarshana Chakra almost killed Andak. Later, with his torrent of arrows, he brought Shambara to the ground. With his dreadful and sharp-edged chakra, the infuriated Vishnu killed many Daityas. Some others he struck with his mace and incapacitated them. In the meantime, Prahlada, who had fallen unconscious, regained consciousness. Angrily, he advanced towards Vishnu. He released a shower of arrows on the Devas. This resulted in the Devas becoming dismembered. He battled with Keshava, the lord of Devas, with a mace zealously. He also incapacitated Garuda with a sword. Vishnu was enraged and readied his chakra and released it at great speed by spinning it for a long time on Prahlada. Many Daityas were beheaded by the chakra. Some others had their hands, trunks, and even the whole arm cut off by the Vishnu chakra. When the chakra reached Prahlada, suddenly it appeared as though it was inflamed and its heat would scorch him. Prahlada set up the Narayanastra on his bow, contemplating on Janardana in his heart. He released the unerring Amogha weapon. It was menacing, shone brilliantly, and was unerring. It could reduce the earth to ashes. By its speed, the Narayanastra countered and impeded the Vishnu chakra. The Vishnu chakra was rendered ineffective. That dangerous Maha Astra burnt all the Devas and wounded Vishnu in his heart. Janardana fell unconscious on the battlefield as if lifeless. The Daityas became arrogant and roared ecstatically. They praised the great and lustrous Prahlada. With the Narayana Astra, the Devas and Rishis were burnt. Seeing this, the enraged Shankara readied his Pinaka bow to the rescue of Devas. He mounted the powerful Pashupata Astra on his bow and released it angrily with all his might. Both the Astras collided and battled in the sky. The Devas and Munis were overjoyed. All of them extolled the Lord of Devas, Mahadeva Shankara. Pashupati then aimed and released the trident on the Daitya army. This resulted in commencement of annihilation, Pralaya. Prahlada collapsed. Thousands of Daityas were killed by the trident. Prahlada's heart was pierced by the Trishul, comparable to Yama, the god of death. The brave Asura fell like a tree, which succumbs to gusty winds. Prahlada fell unconscious on the battlefield. There was an uproar among the Daitya army. O Muni, by the velocity of the sharp-tipped Trishula, innumerable Asuras were incapacitated and killed. All Asuras had been killed and fell on the ground. Both sons of Matsara, Sundarapriya and Vishyapriya, attacked Shankara. Thus ends the 35th chapter titled The Victory of Shiva. In the first khanda of the Puran Upanishad, Shriman Mudgal Puran, describing the legends of Vakratunda, dedicated to Sri Gajanana. End of chapter 35.